UFC Shanghai, Johnny Walker is going to get absolutely fucking brutally KO'd once again. Banger co-main event in Aljamain Sterling versus Brian Ortega. Brian Ortega is looking very fat in that picture, I must say, but we'll start with the main event here. UFC Shanghai. The UFC, I am convinced, just love seeing Johnny Walker get fucking brutally slept in his fights. I'm 100% convinced of it. Like, why Johnny Walker? Well, what's he done? What has he done? What's Johnny Walker ever done to people? He just gets fucking chinned. Okay, we'll have a look at Johnny Walker's last fight here against Ozdemir. Then he lost to Magomed Ankalaev. He hasn't won a fight in over 2 years against Anthony Smith in a decision. Do you want a fight in over 2 years? And I don't know if you remember in that fight, he was like, Anthony Smith was like, you're robbing my house or something shit like that. You're trying to hurt my family. Going to get so fucking brutally slept here, man. Jan is like on his way up, and Johnny Walker is on his way out of the sport. And I think Jan is going to fucking brutally KO him in the first round. Okay. I always think fights like this, they never give the hometown hero a fight that they'll... Fights like this, I always look at it and think, they're never going to give the hometown hero a fight that he's going to lose. Johnny Walker is there to get brutally slept. The UFC know exactly what they are doing. They're putting Johnny Walker in there to get knocked out because they know he's a bigger name, he can hit hard, and he's going to get chinned. Okay, Jan is going to go in there and brutally fucking KO this guy. Although Jan hasn't really fought anyone great. He's coming off a win against Anthony Smith back in April. Apart from that, Ozzy Diaz, Brent, fucking nobody else. But if you look at him, he's actually quite heavy-handed. He's got good KOs, which is just... Why? What's Johnny Walker done, man? What did Johnny Walker do to the UFC to piss them off so much? Now, this is in Shanghai, so that's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty cool the UFC are kind of like mapping out the horizon. So Johnny Walker's going to get fucking slapped. He just... Bro, to think there was a stage in life where people were picking Johnny Walker to beat John Jones is fucking insane. MMA Guru, we all seen those clips of MMA Guru saying that he thinks Johnny Walker's a problem. He's probably not saying that anymore. But Johnny Walker's completely out of the sport now, okay? Like, he's just got chinned so many times. He had a good come up, you know what I mean? He's got some decent wins on his record, you know what I mean? Like, Anthony Smith, Kutalabi. So he's beaten Anthony Smith. He's beaten Paul Craig. He beat Kutalabi. Like, he went on a nice 3-fight win streak there. Then he got to the Ankalaev. Like, he beat Ryan Spann. He knocked out Khalil Roundtree. Like, he went on a nice streak here. Like, he's knocked out Khalil Roundtree. He's not, like, completely hopeless. He kind of is at this stage of his career. Like, he kind of is at this stage of his career. So yeah, I'm just picking for what is probably going to be the people's main event. Brian Ortega taking on Aljamain Sterling in a fucking great scrap, which I absolutely love, if I'm being completely honest with you. And tough one to call. Aljo just fell short of Movsar Evloev in their fight, and Aljamain Sterling is such an underrated fighter, man. Such an underrated fighter. It's really hard to see which way this goes. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm probably gonna lean towards Aljo, if I'm being completely honest with you. Ortega's just so inconsistent. So inconsistent with when he fights, so inconsistent with how he fights. I rated Ortega so highly back in the day. When he fought, I think it was the Korean Zombie. I actually picked him to beat Volkanovski. I will admit it. I have to say it. I picked him to beat Volkanovski. I picked him to beat Yair Rodriguez. To beat Yair in the first fight. I didn't pick him in the second fight. The one where he finished Yair. But apart from that, there's kind of one name I'm really kind of like confused about in the division. Where is Arnold Allen? What is going to happen to Arnold Allen? If I had to guess, I'm going to see an all-English matchup with Lerone Murphy. I'm going to be picking Arnold to beat that. I would have picked Arnold to beat either of these guys, especially Brian Ortega. We got Movsar versus fucking Aaron Pico coming up. Winners, basically, Volk said, like, the winner's going to be fighting me, so that's pretty cool to see. We have not much really happening at featherweight. Apart from that, we have Lopez versus Gene Silva, but Arnold Allen, like, where the fuck are you, mate? I was convinced it was going to be an Aljamain Sterling matchup. but it's probably going to be a Lerone Murphy one. He hasn't fought in a year. He's fought since Giga Chikadze. You know, do you really want to see him fight like a Bryce Mitchell or some shit like that? I don't. But back to this fight. Striking's very limited in this fight. Striking's very limited. I'd probably see Aljamain's probably better moving forward with like kicks and stuff like that. Like he can land good body kicks on Ortega in this fight. Ortega's got way better boxing than that. Jiu-jitsu wise, two kind of different styles on the ground. I would say Ortega is much more. He can snap you in something quickly. Whereas Aljo can just kind of work towards your back and maybe pick you off that way. If I had to pick a submission randomly, obviously I would pick Ortega because I think Ortega's more of a snappy kind of grappler. Like he's gonna get you quickly rather than Aljo, who's just gonna kind of like work his way to a position. You know, in the back maybe, probably the back because he's very good at taking the back. But Ortega's just like you could be in a random position and he'll throw something crazy at you and get you that way. That's kind of how I think Ortega's jiu-jitsu works. Very close fight. I am picking Aljamain Sterling just because I honestly would say Sterling's the top 5 underrated fighter in the sport. Period. Like he's so good, been so consistent for years. Like you just miss out to O'Malley, you just miss out to Movsar Evloev. You fucking butcher Calvin Kattar as well, which was a great win. I'm gonna go Aljamain Sterling this one. That's for this card. So I kind of want to make a quick video on it. 2 good fights, but let me know what you think down below, and thanks.